Hello world. This is a board I have received today, and this has been sent from a friend. And this is not a normal 250-407 board. As you can actually see, it has been modded. Some parts has been changed, and the first obvious thing is probably the dual SID mod that has been added to the board, as well as modulator replacement, and the audio from the dual SID board is connected to the modulator, and therefore you can get your stereo signal from this audio jack here. And the next thing that just jumps at me is that every IC is removed from the board and then has been added by sockets, so every IC can be replaced quite easily. And what's quite common for a board of 1983 or 1984 is that the ICs, they have some fancy yellow dots. I have never seen an explanation why this is marked the way it is, and in later revisions you won't see this anymore. So this is something, I don't know, maybe a service shop has added, or maybe it was some kind of a quality control. And this is something I have recognized over a couple of boards I have seen in the last days, weeks. And what you can see as well is that the capacitors are not original anymore, so they have been replaced as well. And this has been done over the whole circuit. And there's a nice kind of plate added to the video box, I would say. And there's a kernel mod as well, so you can switch between different kernels. And by further examination you can see that there are a couple of LEDs added to the board as well, in different positions. And this is continued on the other side as well. So one thing that is not usual is that it comes with some kind of stands or so. So the board is raised, which is actually quite nice if I place it on my desk, so I'm not going to scratch my ESD mat. And but it won't fit into a normal C64 case anymore. And the next thing is that there are even more LEDs added to the lower side of the board. And talking about LEDs, I think we should have a look how it looks like when we're going to switch this board on. So just for my own comfort, I'm just turning it around because all my connectors are on the other side. And let's have a look how this board looks like, and whether it's showing some picture or not, if it's working. And for this reason, because I'm quite excited to see how this the illumination is going to work, we will reduce the lighting a little bit, and hopefully this will be quite a nice experience. So let's dim this here as well. And now we need a power connector. And there we go. So, oh, there's even a flashing light inside the VIC box, which looks quite nice. And a couple of control LEDs saying that the voltage appears to be okay, and oh, it's changing the color as well. I don't know. Oh, that's really that's really a fancy board, so to say. And maybe we just dim the light a little bit more. Perhaps it's going to be better. So here we go. I think it looks almost like Christmas, so that's really an interesting mod. And this board has been added to a clear case, so it's well, obviously makes no sense to put this into a normal C64 case. And just to see the lights, you might need some different cases, and this is really an interesting modification. And well, you see, I think we should attach something to it to see whether the board is running as well. And maybe we just start with some short demo, something like this, using the Ultimate 2 Plus. And we want to have some audio as well. I'm actually not familiar with the jumper settings of this dual sit mod, so maybe I have to check what's the setting for the board. And there has been some additional heat sinks added. And yeah, we got a picture. So this is one of the older modulator replacements. I think it's a version 2. Actually, I'm using version 3 for most of my boards, or board modification. And quality-wise, it has been improved, and so the pictures better than with the original TV modulator. But you still have some kind of bars and some well, let's say there's some noise in the picture. And but as I said, compared to the original board, it looks much better. So let's see what happens when we press the button here. Oh, that's a reset button. Okay. And then what we can do with this kernel switch, maybe we add back some light. Okay, so Jiffy DOS is installed here as well. So actually it makes not that much sense while using the Ultimate 2 Plus. So we better go back to the normal kernel. And let's see whether we can start something. Well, I think we need some USB stick for the data. There we go. And we need something to start. So I just forgot to start the recording of the screen, so we may have to revert to the beginning. Maybe not to the very first beginning, just as you can see, this is the normal C64 basic screen, and when we switch to the other position and perform a reset, then we will see the Jiffy DOS kernel. And just for testing the demos, just switch back And now let's hit this and see whether we can find something interesting on the card. Joystick. Let's go for a simple demo. Device not present error, that's quite interesting. And maybe we're going to need a keyboard. Investigate this a little bit further. So let's see whether I have a drive is enabled. Okay. Oh, we need a cable, so it's probably the simplest thing to do. That's perhaps one beneficial part of the Turbo Chameleon cartridge. There you don't need this floppy cable. And let's go back and start this again. Saying run disk. This looks much better. There's not. So maybe we have to load something else, not just let's go for this one. Oh, I'm quite surprised. I haven't seen this before. So probably we load something. Okay, kind of a hidden part in the demo. With almost the same music. I really love the tune. It's really amazing, and that's indeed a huge amount of raster bars. Probably nothing you want to watch for hours, but it's quite a nice addition. And let's see whether we can start the original part. We can use this comfortable reset switch here. Jumping back to the screen. And let's see whether we have to... No, that's not helpful. disk. And then let's do this again. I would think so that we need to start this one, but I thought that's exactly what we have done before. So maybe let's give it another try. Let's see what happens now. It's the same. Can't start the demo anymore. That's weird. That's really an odd behavior. So well, maybe we should start just a different demo. Let's see what we have. Just checking a couple of things on the board, and what I've spotted so far is that this socket isn't original, so this has been changed. I haven't seen this one for Commodore parts. So the whitish one, these were quite common for the older boards. Same for the power socket as well. And well, at least this demo is running, that's fine. So someone has spent quite a lot of time changing the board to what it is right now. I've never seen someone adding a switch to the board itself, so most people add this to the case. Just something I try to avoid, because changing things on the board is a little bit more comfortable, because you can reverse it usually. But if you drill holes in the case, it will remain like this forever. And even you can find new cases right now. They are produced using, I think, the old molds, or maybe new molds based on the old ones. but if you're looking for a original case, so to say, and this has been modified, and this can't be reversed. And so for all my modifications I'm trying to avoid changing something on the case. So adding a switch to the board is quite creative, so to say, but this can't be accessed from the outside. So there are better kernel switches where you can change the kernel by pressing the restore key for example. Or if you talk about the super kernel, for example, it will start into a kind of selection menu or something like this, where you can access the different mods and different kernels. So this is much more comfortable than adding switches or something like this to the case. Okay, so actually the board is running, at least with this demo, and I'm just checking the current consumption. So it's a 1.1 ampere, which is quite high for a board like this. I mean, the Ultimate 2 Plus consumes a lot of power, but usually a board like this is in the range of about 2.95 to 1 ampere. So I'm not sure whether the LEDs are consuming that much current, or if it's the modification to the dual SID. That's maybe something I can investigate, and perhaps we will have another review of this board in a later video as well. So thank you for watching, and if you want to be informed about new stuff I'm going to add to my channel, please subscribe, and if you have any questions or something like this, use the comments. I will try to answer them as best as possible. Thank you very much. Bye bye.